Hi, everyone. Elizabeth Martin from Living Resources CEO. I haven't done a video in a while, so I thought I'd do one right now because it is a very critical time with the New York State budget. The New York State budget is due April 1st, which is just a few days away, and might be a little late this year, but I don't think it's going to be late by much based on what I'm hearing. And we are really needing everyone's help to make sure that we have our ask, which is 8.5%, an 8.5% increase in our Medicaid rates in the budget. Starting back at the end of the summer, beginning of fall last year, we were advocating to the governor and to the budget office to try giving us an 8.5% increase in our rates, along with some ongoing funding that we could target directly towards worker called the Direct Support Wage Enhancement Funding. When the governor came up with her budget on February 1st, she only included a 2.5% increase in our Medicaid rates, and she said that was to help us deal with inflation. And I think everyone here can recognize that over the last year, inflation has been way higher than 2.5%. It doesn't cover our costs. And in the end, it's almost, if we were to only get 2.5% increase in our Medicaid rates, it'd actually come out almost like a cut in our funding. Because just like households, all of us have been feeling the increase in our food bills, in our energy bills, in maintenance, in everything that we do has gone up, and it's been a lot more than 2.5% over the past year. So we've been asking for 8.5% increase in our reimbursement rates, not only so that we can cover the costs of higher energy bills, food bills, and whatnot, but we want to invest in our workforce. We really want to invest in our workforce. We want to give more money to our staff. And at 2.5%, it becomes really hard to do that when we've been seeing an 11% increase in our health insurance premiums, when we've been seeing our bills related to fuel and food and everything going up way more than 2.5%, going up into the double digits quite often. It becomes hard to do that. We need more funding. So February 1st, the governor came up with her budget proposal. She suggested 2.5% increase in our reimbursement rates. We did, and all of you were part of that. All of the staff, all of the individuals, families, everyone across the state were part of drilling into our legislators the importance of 2.5% is not enough. We need 8.5%. We did rallies, we did meetings, and all of you did this as well. Letters, emails, phone calls, articles in the newspaper, everything that we could do, social media posts, everything. And we won a battle. So a couple weeks ago, the Assembly and the Senate came out with their proposed one house, what's called the one house proposed budget. So the Senate and Assembly came out with what they proposed for the budget for New York State. And they both of them came out and said, we need 8.5%. We would have loved to have seen an additional amount of funding to go directly to direct support staff. Neither of them included that. So we have to kind of put that off to the side, and we need 8.5 because with 8.5, we can cover the increasing costs over the last year. It helps us to do that. It gives us more of an opportunity to invest in our workforce, to provide raises and things of that nature, to do recruitment activity, to do more with benefits, to do a whole lot of creative things that we can't do with 2.5%. We need 8.5% at least. Quite honestly, there's an argument that we could use more, that we could use more than that. But right now, 8.5%, that's what we want. So the governor comes out with her budget on February 1st, only 2.5%. Month later, the legislature comes out with their proposed budget, 8.5%. That's what we want. So now the phase of the budget is that the Senate, the Assembly, and the governor's office come together and they negotiate that final budget that's due April 1st. So it's not, even though we're very, very happy, we won a battle where the Senate and the Assembly have said we want 8.5% for the nonprofit disability services community. It's not over. There's a possibility that we don't get 8.5%, that we just get 2.5%. Okay? So we need everybody to use their voices and to say we need 8.5%. That's what the inflation rate was over the last year. We need 8.5%. Anything less than that is not going to give us the resources we need to at least keep us moving forward. It's not going to it's not going to be the panacea. It's not going to mean everything is solved. But 8.5% at least keeps us moving forward, at least keeps us being able to keep up with inflation and gives us a chance to invest in the workforce. We need 8.5%. So we are asking everyone, staff, individuals, families, call your legislators, email your legislators, write letters to them, meet with them. The more our voices are heard, the greater chance we have that this final budget is going to include an 8.5% increase in our Medicaid rates. It's often referred to as the 8.5% COLA. But either way, that is what we need to keep this industry moving forward. On Monday, March 27th, there is a social media campaign that is part of the effort to try getting it into the hearts and minds of all of our legislators, including the governor. And then after that is the ongoing effort to, again, emails, phone calls, social media posts, everything that you can do to make our voices loud and clear that we need 8.5% in that final budget. If you need more information, feel free to go on to NewYorkDisabilityAdvocates.com. It's NYDisabilityAdvocates.com for some social media toolkit for March 27th. You can get some talking points on there. You can get some hashtag information on there. And you don't have to just use it for March 27th. You can use it throughout the week. Use it throughout the week because there's going to be negotiations going on throughout the week. You can also go to nyalliance.org. That is the New York Alliance, which is our provider association. They also have an advocacy page where you can find one-clicks to do emails to your legislators, talking points, the whole kit and caboodle of what you need to make things as easy as possible in terms of, hey, what do I say? They have a whole list of tips that you can use. But in the end, speak from your heart is what you want to do. So we're asking everyone to join forces and make sure that in this last final push, in this last week, that we stay in there. There's a lot of lot of asks being talked about in this final budget. There's a lot of advocacy, different interests, all talking and clamoring for their asks. So it's the loudest, who's ever the loudest, the squeakiest wheel, has the best shot at making it into the final budget. So we need everybody. And so that's my message for today. And hope everybody has been having a great weekend and has enjoyed. Today was a sunny day. Yesterday was a rainy day. So hopefully people are enjoying the sunshine today and looking forward to the spring. Thank you.